What does money have to do with anything? I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, I really enjoyed putting this video together, and once in a while I say, I think maybe this is my best video, and I would say this one fits in that category because money is something that has really twisted humanity. There is a complete misunderstanding on what the currency of life is and how we live our life on that natural currency versus money. So money has distorted so much of life, and I want to bring some of that into perspective so that we can get back on track with living our high vibration life, allowing the energy to bring our life together in the ways that we want and not making money, thinking money is the thing that does that. So let's have a look and see how this all fits together. Okay, let me do a quick review on the creative process here, because we see in the creative process that there's no money in the creative process, right? There's really no conditions of anything. So the 5 parts of the creative process are the contrast, that's the asking, and then from the asking, and it's all automatic. We don't even have to do anything in particular or specific. In fact, just going through our day and looking at things and wanting something to be different or more, or not liking something, all that stuff is contrast. It's an immediate acknowledgement by our inner being. Our inner being then goes into creation mode, sets up all the details, sets it all up, orchestrates it all, and now 99% is all done and ready for us to receive, and we haven't lifted a finger. That's all instantly happening all the time. So here we are in our physical life, living in our daily life, and we got thought energy. Our thoughts are energy, and they're high or low vibration, each thought, and our beliefs are the same thing. And we know because emotion tells us immediately. So we get to freely, independently choose our thoughts. Now, many people have thoughts so quick because they have patterns of thought, they have habits of thought, and they don't think about the thoughts that they're thinking. They just are reacting to things, just the same old patterns. So you got to watch that, and that's something you want to change if they're low vibration, negative thought patterns, because what you do is you send a signal to the law of attraction that's low vibration, and it hooks you up with a rodeo ride into a train wreck. And so if your life has not been going the way that you want, that's what's happening. You're supplying low vibration energy to the law of attraction, and it's sending you on the rodeo ride, and so your life is not feeling good in that way. Now, it may be one area of your life, it may be a few areas of your life, but if it's that way and you don't feel like it's changing, you don't feel like it's on the way to changing, then this is what you're doing. You're just falling into the same old thought habits and patterns and keeping those beliefs alive, and you're never really getting up to the yellow brick road. You're never really getting to receive the path to the things that you want. Your life just keeps being a repeat of the things that you don't like. So this is a big thing about what I'm teaching here, is because, like I said, 99%'s done. The universe set this all up for us. It's just amazing, and it's so brilliant, and it's so easy. And here's our part, our big part right here, is just the choice as we go through our day. Good feeling thoughts, not good feeling thoughts. As we're dominant with good feeling thoughts, then, and that's going to the law of attraction, then it is connecting us with the details that our inner being set over here that takes us into receiving all the things that we want. And it's very joyous, a very joyous path, gifts and delights and surprises in our daily life that are a big part of the joy of life, joyous expansion, and then we're receiving the thing that we want, which of course is going to be joy for us, and we're going to enjoy that. And then after a bit, we're going to probably want it to be a little bit different, have some more contrast, and away we go through the cycle again. And that's the way life is meant to be. So you see in this cycle, nowhere in this cycle is there money. You don't require money, anything to do with anything here. In fact, just to blow up this part of vibrational reality, when your inner being does the creating, if you think that it takes money to receive these things, then you're going to hit a brick wall, because that's a lack mentality. And that's also getting in the details about how things are going to come to you. But if you do your part with high vibration thought energy, then it's going to naturally flow into your life. So money is not the way to receive anything, but money is on the path because your inner being sets up all these details on the path, the information, people, resources, timing. All of that stuff is the path that is part of what your inner being sets up. Now, you could want money because money is just energy. It's just an object. It's like shoes, like a house, like a car, like anything. And so if you want it, then you want it for the same reason you would want anything, but you don't want it to get other things. You see, that's where you get into trouble with a vibration about money. If you just wanted it because you wanted it, then that's fine. And you had emotional reasons for it as though it was an object like a car, that's fine. But apart from that, money is a detail that your inner being will orchestrate for you to receive what you want. So if you do want a house, you don't factor in how it's you're going to get the money for it. Your inner being takes care of that. You take care of your part, and you think of the joy of the experience of the thing that you want. You see, that's the vibration of it. And then you will receive the path, which has it could have money on it. It doesn't necessarily have to have money on the path. You could acquire a house without money. There's ways that can happen. So, and everything is possible for us to receive what we want. So I want to impress upon you that money is not part of the creative process. It's energy. It's your high vibration thought energy that is the currency of life that lets you flow with life as you want to flow with it. And just to further that is other things that have nothing to do with the creative process is age. It doesn't matter what your age is. It doesn't matter what time factors. It does not matter about body shape or characteristics. It doesn't matter about gender. It doesn't matter about government policies. It doesn't matter about other people. It doesn't matter about education. It doesn't matter about weather. It doesn't matter about AI. And AI is starting to concern some people, thinking that, well, what's AI going to do to the planet? And now we have people being concerned about AI and their job and things like that. But do you see AI anywhere in the creative process? No, you do not see it because it doesn't factor in. It's just another thing on the planet that will help us to have a more full life as humanity. And we're creative beings. We are the creative beings that have come here to participate and further joyous expansion. And so this is the process that allows for that to happen. And it doesn't contain any of that stuff. You don't need any of that stuff at all. All you need to know is how it works, and that wherever you are in your day, whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking about, whoever you're with, you're going to choose the better feeling thoughts so that your vibration stays high and your communication with the law of attraction is high and you're inviting the path to the things that you want. Now, alternatively, you can certainly choose low vibration thoughts if you want to, and the universe has given you complete freedom to choose whatever you want, but you certainly do get an indicator. Now, the universe gave us that. You can choose it if you want, but it's going to tell you, and to be more specific, it's your inner being really telling you, because your inner being will send you a negative emotion if you're thinking a thought that's low vibration. So you have knowledge and insight and awareness not to do that, but of course we don't get taught about that. We don't get taught growing up that emotions are actually indicators for our vibration, which determines how our life plays out. Oh no, we've just normalized emotion. Oh, when this happens, it's normal to feel this way. So we've literally made low vibration thoughts normal. So we've normalized having a miserable life. You could say it that way, because when we normalize having negative emotion, then what we're doing is we're sending that signal to the law of attraction, and it is going to be the rodeo ride, right? But we're completely oblivious to that because nobody teaches us how this works. So that's what I'm doing here, is to help you understand how this all works, and money has nothing to do with anything, really. It's just another object on the planet that if you want it and you have emotional reasons, you can get it, but not reasons to get something else. You see, if you want a house, want the house, feel the house. If you want a car, if you want a job, if you want a relationship, feel the experience, feel it. That's the vibration of it. Don't think you got to get money to get it or do anything to get it. You don't. You don't need anything. You just need your thought energy and the ability to dream and imagine and feel the emotional essence of it, that's the vibration of it, and know this process and feel the anticipation and the excitement of it on the way, and then be having a positive focused mind through your day, so that's high vibration, and you can receive the path. You see, you got to be high vibration through the day with the law of attraction, because the details to receive what you want are every day of your life. So this is not just here and there kind of thing. This is a way of living. It's who we are. We're high vibration. Okay, so let's carry on here. Now, somebody once posted on YouTube, on one of my videos, they said, if you don't have a Lamborghini in the driveway of a mansion, you're not successful or you're not rich. Now, you see, this is a very uneducated person. Very, very uneducated. They don't understand why they came here at all. They've completely lost track of who they are as a human being and why they came here. That measurement of success is so completely faulty. It's just incredible to hear somebody say that. But I'm sure, because the way that we grow up as kids and we see things, that many people probably have that measuring stick. If you have those kinds of things, then you're a success. And I'm here to tell you that is absolutely and completely nonsense, because here is what success is. Now, material wealth is part of a successful life, of an enjoyable life, of a fulfilling life, but it's only one part. And material wealth and money can't buy these other parts. You see, you want to know that you are an amazing creator of your reality. You got to get in touch with the fact that you have natural gifts and talents. You have unique qualities. You want to express your gifts and talents. You're born a success. You're born perfect, and you want to know what that means and why that's true. You are naturally in demand just for who you are. You don't got to be different. You don't have to try to be different. You don't have to impress people. You are just magic right out of the box. Okay? And you want to use all those things. You want to be yourself and serve yourself in those ways, but not just yourself. At the same time, a dual serving of yourself and humanity at the same time. You see, if you take this piece out of the picture, you're just not going to have fulfillment. That's part of it. That's the vocation. When I talk about the vocation part of fulfillment, it's you getting up in the day and doing the thing that, now you might not even receive money for it. It doesn't matter. But it's your way of expressing yourself. It's what you came for. It's the way you came to be part of humanity. And in offering and being the person that you are, it benefits other people on the planet. You see, we're a network of humanity. So you got to decide what your rich is, right? If you do want a mansion in a Lamborghini, you can have it. But if you don't, maybe you want to live on the mountain. Maybe you want to walk around with a backpack and travel the world. Maybe you want to live in a trailer by the beach and surf. You just got to figure out what your rich is. Don't try to live up to somebody else's rich. You'll never be there, and it won't satisfy you. You got to know who you are and what your rich is, and you live it in the way that you want to live it, okay? You could be a music artist, a painting artist, a dentist. You could be in construction. You could be in business. Well, it's just limitless, all the things that we could do, all the different skills on this planet with the people that we are, and all the things that we have. You got to know who you are. You got to live who you are. You can't say, oh, if I get enough money, I'm going to be happy. Once and for all, I can be free and buy all the things that I want and just have my free time. You see, you'll never be fulfilled unless you're expressing yourself. And again, you don't have to even get paid for it, but you've got to do it because it's in you, and you got to let it out. You got to express it. It's just who you are. And that's another thing that's happened to us, is that, you know, a lot of times generations before us, they tell us, oh, you got to go to school. You got to do this. You got to do that. That will get you the money. That will make you successful. That will make your life all work for you. And you see, what they did is they took us right off our path. And there's a lot of people who in their heart, they know they want to do something, But now, because of what they were told, they don't feel good about doing what they were doing because it feels like, oh, I'm letting people down, or I'm not going to be a success, or I'm not going to have what I want. I should be doing something different. But they got this pull in their heart, I want to do this thing. And then they got this voice in their head saying, oh no, that's the wrong thing to do, you see. So that's part of what I help people do, is to get rid of that faulty belief voice in their head and live what's in their heart, because this is the piece that creates fulfillment, that allows us to live fulfillment. The other part is relationships. We want loving relationships within our life. We want personal relationships, friend relationships, family relationships, just stranger relationships. Excuse me. Every kind of relationship, we want them to be loving relationships. I'm not going to go into what loving relationships are. That's something I talk about in different videos and in my books. But love is something we want to have for each other all across the planet. Love is much bigger than just what you may call love in a personal relationship. It's way, way, way bigger than that. Love is everything. So we want that. We want and to have that, of course, we want to have it in ourselves, and then it mirrors us. But we want these relationships to be all in good flowing state, and we want our health. You know, I remember seeing a documentary or show years ago, and there was this lady, and she was, you know, what people would use the term, she was filthy rich. You know, she had car collections, she had house collections all over the world. She had this, she had that. But she had cancer, and she was selling stuff off left, right, and center to try to get money, to get treatments, to get her back into health. But they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it because they weren't going to the root of it. See, our body, when you have an ailment, it just means you're out of alignment in your energy. There's nothing wrong with your body. So a lot of what medicine is about is trying to fix the body. You can't fix the body. It's not broken. It's supposed to let you know when you're out of alignment. It's like a fire alarm. It's kind of like the next level after negative emotion. If you don't pay attention to negative emotion and shift your energy, then you're going to have an ailment. And if you don't pay attention, it's going to get worse, right? Worse and worse and worse until you clean up the energy. So medicine tends not to work on that basis. They work on the basis that there's something wrong with the body and they've got to fix it, but they can't fix it because it's not broken. What needs to be fixed is the thought energy, is the alignment. That's what needs to be fixed. So you got to go inside. So you could spend $1 billion and you can't get your health back because you're trying to fix something that's not broken. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Cancer is just something that's an ailment that shows you and tells you that you're in a massive state of energy misalignment, and you got to go inside yourself and bring that back in. So when people help you do that, then you will return to your health. It doesn't take selling off all your assets. That's not what's going to fix it. You got to go inside yourself. So you can see that's another aspect of fulfillment. You want your health, because without your health, you're really not going to have fun in life at all. So there's material wealth, and there's health, and there's relationships, and yourself. And you got to have all those things running in good order to say that you have a fulfilling life, because then you have peace. That's what peace is. To me, peace is right up there with love. It's right at the top of the rainbow of all positive emotions, of all positive energy. When you say you got peace, that means you have fulfillment in all of these areas. And it means fulfillment in your mind, because maybe, you know, in the physical world, some aspect of your life is not quite yet presenting in the way that you feel fulfilled in your mind, because you've been working on yourself. You've been working on your alignment. So you have achieved fulfillment in your mind, and now your life is going to catch up with it. So peace and fulfillment is inside of you, and then when it is, then it will show out into the physical world. So the physical world is not necessarily, if you look at somebody and you say, well, they can't be having much peace, look at the way their life is, that's not the real measuring stick. You got to know them. You got to see how they're living now. Do they have peace and fulfillment within them? Because if they do, this stuff absolutely is catching up, and it's going to display. It's going to come out. It's going to emerge into the physical world. So you want peace inside of yourself, and to have that and fulfillment, you've got to have all of these areas in alignment. That's what rich is. That's what success is. And anything short of that is a complete misunderstanding. And certainly, if anybody thinks material wealth is the measurement of success, they are very, very mistaken. And sooner or later, they're going to hit a brick wall if they haven't already hit it. You've got to have all these cylinders working. All right, let's go. What else is in here? All right, so why do people want money? Why is money such a big thing in people's mind? Oh, it's going to give me freedom. It's going to give me security, material wealth. It's going to show that I'm successful. I will feel worthy and important when I have money. I'll be all set. I'll live happily ever after. I have all the time, freedom, everything I want. So let's go through the list. Freedom, we're born free, right? Creative process shows us. We're born free. Everything is done for us. Contrast happens naturally. Inner being sets it up. We get the choice to choose good feeling, thought, energy, which from this knowledge of life, you can do that all the time, all day long, every day, in every situation, all the time, unconditionally, conditionally, every which way. You don't need anything else to help you to get good feeling thoughts. You can pull it all from within inside yourself, and you can do it when you know this. So we're rich in good feeling thought energy, which means we can be talking with the law of attraction in high vibration all the time and live our life of joyous expansion. So we are free. We're born free. And from what I just said, you can see we're born secure. We can have everything. Material wealth is just the natural flow. You've seen that from what I said. You do not need to show your success. You do not need to prove yourself. You do not need validation. You do not need praise or any of that stuff. You are an amazing person as you are. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. Explain yourself. Justify yourself. You are a massive creative being of massive proportions. So feeling worthy is a natural thing for us when we're in alignment with who we are natural, deserving of everything we want. And there is no happily ever after because of joyous expansion, because once we have one thing, we want more and more and more, and it's very natural that happens. That is the cycle of joyous expansion. And even in a solid relationship, personal relationship, there is no happily ever after because there's contrast in the relationship. And if you deal with it in a healthy vibrational way, your relationship will grow to more and more and more. And year after year, it will be a bigger, better relationship if you handle it vibrationally. There is no static. There's no staying still. There's no saying when I get this much money, I'm set. Everything will be taken care of. Life will be grand. Forget it. It doesn't work that way. We didn't come for that. And it will never be that way. So we want to give up the money and we want to replace it with vibration. That's the currency. Here's your currency of life. This is not your currency of life. It's a means of exchange, and that's about it. It makes it easy to exchange things, but it has no bearing or no definition of us as people or our life or success or anything. And so, see, we don't got to do these things for money because we can see from what I just said, we have all that stuff. We don't need money for it. It's just built into us. It's built into the creative process. But since people do think what do they do for money? Because they think they need money. Well, some people do day trading, right? That's my ticket. That's my ticket into the good life. Now, not everybody day trades for that. There's other people that do it because they enjoy it and they see it as a way of expressing their gifts and talents to work with the markets and so on and so forth. So they're not affected by the results of their trading. They do it for the joy in their heart, and that's the way they express themselves. Now, of course, it is about money, so money does flow in and out, but their emotions are not controlled by the results. They're just in a high vibration because they're doing the experience, and that's what you want to be. That's always where you want to be. Some people work 2 jobs, maybe 3. Hey, if I get enough money saved up, then I can quit this whole job thing, right? It's like work is a necessary evil. Many people look at life like that. It's a necessary evil. Work is not a necessary evil. Natural work is the expression of your gifts and talents. And again, it may yield so many dollars and it may not. It doesn't even matter. But if you're contributing high vibration as you're doing, then the natural flow of abundance is going to find you through some channel. Your inner being will have a channel of some sort lined up for you to receive it. It could come through other people. It could come through investments. It could come through business. It could come through work. It is endless the ways it could come to you. But if you will supply the good feeling thought energy, you're going to receive abundance. It's just the truth of abundance of this universe. So again, people work jobs or work so much or invest so much. I'm going to get to this level of income and then I can stop working. And as I said in the last slide, you're just never going to be there. It's just in you to express yourself. And if you don't, you're not going to live fulfillment. Some people compromise their dreams by doing things to get money. So, a lot of that's going on. And again, that's not a fulfilling life. We didn't come for that. And then some people, because they're so after money in so many ways and so many reasons, they start to wreck their health, wreck their relationships. You can see what comes of this whole money thing. So just going back, what does money have to do with anything? It really is. You can see it has nothing to do pretty much with anything, but it has some very terrible effects on our life. And, just the last thing here, people will play the lottery. Now, I'm sure there's a million other ways that people are thinking to get money because they think it will get them these things, which will then get them the life that they want. And it's just completely faulty. That's all there is to say about it. So, this was a longer video today, and I wanted to bring all these pieces together because I wanted to be very clear that if you want to live your fulfilling life, if you want to have it flow the way that you want it to flow, you've got to be in your high vibration energy through the day. And if you are, then you're going to live not that life, that's part of a life you may live, but you're going to live this fulfilling life. So there's the material wealth piece of it, but you want all of these pieces all flowing well so that you're in a state of mind of peace. You have peace in your mind no matter how you live your life. You define your rich any way you want to. You came with unique gifts and talents and qualities and ways to live life. So don't try to live it the way you think somebody else is living it because they're having whatever it is that they're having in their life. You do it the way you want to do it, and that's what you got to figure out for yourself. And that's a part of what I teach, is helping people get back in touch with who they really are and what a real successful life would feel like to them, a rich life would feel to them, and stop trying to chase after some kind of life that they think is the rich, successful life. That is a life of misery when you chase like that. That's definitely the rodeo ride and the train wreck. So that's the message for today. If you have any questions, leave them on the post. Thanks for listening in and enjoy your day.